Okay, as usual, go follow me over at all my forms of social media, starting with Twitter at Eric D. July. You can also visit my website, www.ericdjuly.com. You can get some more information on me. You can get updated on all of my podcasts and such. Today, discussing, of course, the topic that I brought up many different times, but because it's sort of in the recent news cycle, because there were reports coming out that Warner Bros. Or whoever actually did meet up with Michael B. Jordan regarding him being cast as Superman. Now, you can take that in whatever way that you may, because there was a video. I can't remember what show that he was on, Michael B. Jordan, that is, and he was on some sort of show, and he was like, yeah, I'm flattered that people want me to do this, but I'd rather do something, original. You know what I mean? And I commended him for that. It was something along those lines. It wasn't exactly that. So the point of this video is to reiterate some of what I've done. All of my videos talking about tokenizing of characters, how it's lazy, how it's corny, how it's whack. Now let's talk about Superman in particular, because the one person that people are going to point to is Val-Zod, right? This is the problem with these sort of try-hard, I hate to call them normies, but that's what they are, in the sense that everything, because of Google, makes it seem like things are more prominent than what they actually are. Everybody's an expert. Oh, well, there's an actual black Superman. You look at this Val-Zod character that I just learned about 2 minutes ago, because I Googled on some fandom site, and there he was. They completely ignore the fact that this version of Superman is not prominent at all, shows up, leaves. You maybe can point to Convergence when that was probably his most prominent role, and he didn't really do anything there either. And then you have like the President Black Superman that pops up in Flash Forward in the current run right now. So it's like they want that sort of stuff to happen, but it'll be whack. It'll forever be whack. And I'm not really concerned about what normies have to say about it, because what happens is that these people think that they have to. Everybody wants a version of a character that's already established, that already exists. And by that, I mean, okay, we want black Batman. We want black Superman. We want gay Joker. We want everybody wants a prominent figure, a prominent character. Not everybody, but all these people want prominent characters, and they want different versions of the characters. And if they get different versions of the character that are, turned into minorities or some marginalized groups, they throw out this is a different universe, fictional character, and all of that stuff. And if that was really the case, what's the point of having live action depictions that are centered around the characters that have the most, in terms of this mountains of source material that we haven't even touched? Definitely a character like Superman, we haven't even gone there, right? We haven't even gone there. We're just starting to get a Superman that people are more so fond of in recent years, and now these fools are talking about race swapping them. It's pathetic. And because there's no way to not do it nowadays for it to not be, some sort of agenda driven. But the interesting thing about DC, because they're not being used, the characters aren't hardly being used at all. A lot of these people who are advocates of social justice and advocates of, minority groups here, representation. Look at all the little kids. They have to see themselves in order to feel good about themselves. We have videos talking about how that's just such a nonsensical approach. And all that is really media figures, not even just media figures. It's more of a cultural thing, because teachers do this too, trying to perpetuate this idea that really puts Hollywood on this pedestal, like makes them a lot more important than what they are, instead of being entertainers. And you can still be influential as an entertainer. It's almost like they're trying to remove parents and their influence, and acting as if they have this sort of self-importance in which they are able to influence the lives of the little black boys and the little girls that see Captain Marvel, right? Like, God dog it, man. Get out of my face. But the ones that are making those types of nonsensical arguments, they don't even understand that they have mountains of different black characters that they could utilize. I've talked about them. I have a video talking about some black characters that DC should use. But they also own all the milestone properties. So the properties that have come from that. Static Shocks of the world, Icon. If they wanted a black Superman, which all Icon is, they could have easily just used an Icon, right? But it's never about that. It's never about having some authentic growth, having some authentic development from original characters that may fit of some minority or marginalized status. They don't care about that because if they did, they would simply say, "Hey, they learned again. They don't know about the characters. They know about the Supermans of the world because these are sort of cultural icons, right? No pun, but they're cultural icons, so they know about them, which is why they'll take a black version of this character and this character and that character, and then fall back on it's just a different universe or something like that, instead of urging that they develop the black characters that they exist. They have a whole heap of black characters that have not only not appeared in live action films, but ones that may have that they could actually just further develop. We finally got Black Lightning, right? We finally got a Black Lightning sighting in the show. It took so long. And that's what it is. And it's really insulting. I really do believe that it's insulting because they are looking at you guys as the stupid, sort of idiotic chumps that you are. Because they know that you're easily appeased. They could have all of these original black characters as an example because you're so easily appeased and you just want black version of this character that has already existed. So a tokenized version of a character. It will require work to actually develop some original black characters, some of which that have already existed for decades. It would take work to do that. It takes no work to just race swap a character and throw him out there and be like, hey, look, I gave you a black character now. It's like, come on, man. So tokenized Superman was always a bad idea. It was a bad idea in the comics. It's a terrible idea. It's one of those things that, okay, I can understand, multiverse. Oh, look at that character. He's somehow black, even though historically none of them have ever been black from the Kryptonians. But it's neither here nor there. We can just say that they're black. And it's from a different universe, Val-Zod, right? Now we're going to make Val-Zod, who's been as he should be, insignificant in the comic books. We throw him out there and then we just develop him, even though we're just not getting a Superman that is, I would say, first legitimate Superman that I've seen in a while. Take it in whatever way that you may, but just no black Superman. Give him an Icon or something like that. We're not doing black Superman.